Okay, so you know that thing where a beautiful woman, a dark-skinned woman, is referred to as black beauty. Mm-hmm. Like someone says, and they're like, "Wow, you're such a black beauty." What does that mean? Like, and why do people say it? Like, why do you feel the need to see somebody and see a woman and then say, because she's dark-skinned, you want to refer to her as beautiful, like you want to pay her a compliment, right?
Right.
But you feel the need to first explain to her that for a black person, you're trying, look at you looking really nice.
I can even
like
remember
me looking at Linda and say, "Wow, Linda's such a beautiful black beauty."
I can even remember in school, when we will have all these various award nights, and they will have one particularly for Miss Ebony.
Yes, like, if you don't speak on it,
they make it look like as if it's such a rare thing, like it's out of this world.
Whoa,
like
it's outstanding.
Yes,
right.
Like it's not something that happens often.
Do you get
like, look at you, you are such a black person who is fine. We don't see that a lot.
So for me, I get interesting comments sometimes, and I get fans or secret crushes. Are they called crushes or crushers? Admirers, right? Yeah. Who would say, I don't really feel dark-skinned girls.
Oh my goodness, no.
Oh yeah. And I don't know if it's a compliment, and it goes, well, I don't really feel dark-skinned girls. However, I did feel you, Sha.
Wow.
So is it a compliment to say,
like, what am I supposed to do
you're
to
feeling
this
me?
now?
Or I don't know.
Guys,
so,
no.
Honestly,
I think it depends on how you may take it and how you, but then there's no how you can't take it in that other way and say, is there white beauty? Is there
exactly first
caramel beauty?
Yes.
There's no such thing.
There's not.
Honestly. And I'm sure you guys, from our gist, you can already tell what the topic of today's episode is. Yeah. If you don't already know, this is the Beauty Unfiltered Podcast with Chiamaka, and with me is...
Oh, my name is Simshe, and welcome to the podcast, guys. And we have Linda with us. And for those of you who don't know who Linda is, which I'm wondering why, because Linda she's an actor, and she also has an NGO. She has a foundation where, she talks about, like, people, being able to just fully express themselves, fully be who they are without feeling the need to, pander to whatever system or, standards that other people around them have. Yeah. And it's so good to have Linda here today.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
And guys, forget all those pictures you see on the gram. She is gorgeous. The gorgeousness.
I actually stopped for a minute. My heart stopped for a minute. When
guys, she's so fine.
Not for real.
Are you guys just making me feel?
Why not whining? Let me see you, sis.
Not a wine me. Not a wine me.
You are fine as hell. What the hell?
Thank you.
Like, yo.
Thank you.
I mean, just look. Nah, okay. I'll be on myself. Like, I already told myself today. I know. I already told myself today. So she breathe. Like, when you are about to, misbehave in the presence of all the gorgeousness that is Linda, just breathe.
Oh, thank you, ladies.
So yeah, it's really nice to have you here.
I'm really happy to be here.
It's really nice to have you here. And, we already kind of started the conversation, which is really talking about what our society is like when it comes to judging people by the color of their skin.
Right.
And by people, I think we're mostly going to talk about women, because I don't think men have as much issues in this area as we do.
Right.
Now, as a woman who is in entertainment, I'm sure that you have stories for these.
Yes.
Because, it's a thing. We all know it's a thing.
Yes.
We all know it's a thing where sometimes it really doesn't matter how skilled you are, which you are, by the way.
Thank you.
Yes, it really doesn't matter. It just matters that, will this person pop on the screen like that other person will pop on the screen? And I feel like these conversations need to be had, because we have young girls who are growing up and beginning to consider... Have you seen the pandemic that is bleaching right now in the country?
Yes.
So, whether we like it or not...
Someone needs to talk about it.
Someone needs to say something. Yes. So we might as well, right? And this is Beauty Unfiltered, so might as well get it out there.
That's right.
It'll be nice to just kind of hear you talk about how you grew up as a, young girl.
Right. Well... I think a little bio, about me would be good. So I grew up in Benin City. I read something online that said I left Nigeria at the age of 16. I would like for us to just correct that here. I left Nigeria at the age of 8 years old. That's drastically different. 16, I'm a teenager. I don't hustle small, you know. I was quite tender. I was still a baby. But however, the experience I had growing up in Benin City, even for 8 years, was still very impactful in my life. Very, very. I grew up in a society where I wasn't so much aware of what different colors were. You know, I just knew I be Niger, I be Benin. That was it. Until I traveled out. We relocated to Canada. And that was when I got more exposure. And that's when I now started knowing of...
That you were different.
I was different. And not just different, but different.
Nigeria different.
Not just Nigeria different, but Benin get different. Gone.
Linda, I'm really curious to know, okay, this being in Canada, you know, staying there for a couple of years and interacting with people there, can you like give us one personal experience of where you received anything like racism or anything like discrimination or prejudice?
Well, I went to school there. I did from here it's called primary school. I did my primary school, my high school, and my university. And of course, it's kind of a very multicultural country. And I experienced racism and discrimination more at my primary school stage because I was new to everything. And not just racism in terms of, you know, the obvious shades of black and white, but within the black community, of course, like another black person who would be a Caribbean, you know, so another black person who's another part of, you know, another African or another black, side of the country. And you just get those form of insults like, go, you know, you ugly thing. And I faced different types because I still have scars. I have tribal marks, right? So before I started using makeup and everything, I always used to get like, did a lion scratch you in Africa? I blow you.
And I know we're all laughing about it now, but can we talk about what it did to the esteem of, you know, a girl as young as 8
and I
or
did
10.
go through that. You know, when you go through that bullying process, you feel it when you become older. So when I got to Nigeria at the age of 22, it was very different. Now seeing more of my color. So that form of discrimination and racism, to me, I had experienced the drastic part.
Okay.
You get what I mean? So whatever I would experience here wasn't.
So colorism here really doesn't mean
it really wasn't much.
You're like, you guys are just playing.
Exactly.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
But
that's really interesting.
Did this ever affect you, like, you know, getting into the movie industry as a dark-skinned woman?
Well, getting into the movie industry, in terms of the color parts, because there's a whole lot of things. You plenty.
That's a whole lot of tea.
It's a lot. You know, when I started, right, there are auditions and there are descriptions in auditions that you would see. And most, if not 80% of the description was fair in complexion based on the, you know, the female that they're looking for. So it's all fair complexion girl.
Of course.
Yeah, so that was always the description.
The lead.
That was was always the description that I knew. But, you know, you still have to go and
show that
audition,
I'm sure,
right? So, but when you read those descriptions, you would somehow feel that low self-esteem that should I even go for this one in the first place? Because they say they're looking for someone in this color and you're going, right? And you're not close to this color. So I didn't take those things too much into consideration because I came here for something and that's for my passion, right? So I have to do what I need to do, you know, and you just go for it. That's really fantastic. I think that it's also important that we talk about what the reasons might be why we're such a society that is almost obsessed with light skin. Because for a country of actual black people, which is what we are actually really obsessed with. Well, there's something this is a while back. This was in school. In some of the courses that I took, there was a description of what beauty is, right? Which is the standard beauty. And who really has the power to define what beauty is. So in everything, there is, there are people or there are countries or standards that you would say this is considered beautiful. And you have to ask yourself, who are the people giving the definition of what beauty is? Are we the people giving the definition of what beauty is? I don't think so.
No, we're not.
We're not,
we're
right?
Not.
So
we're really not.
So you have to ask yourself, who are the people defining beauty? Because they're defining beauty in their own terms,
standard,
right? So that means we are not even defining beauty in our own
standards. Which is great
standards.
that you would say, because even on the global stage, right? We do know that even when they talk about Black women, Black African women, there's a certain type of Black African women that the whites consider to be the standard.
Right.
Yeah.
And most of those people don't even look like us Nigerians to begin with.
I think they call them mulattoes.
No, I'm not even talking. I'm talking Lupita Nyong'o type.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Like that.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
South.
Thank you. So
Sudan,
they exactly. So even when they want to go dark, that's where they go. Because to them, that's sort of like a standard they've created. Which is why sometimes, like in a film, you will see someone who looks nothing like you, and her name will be Shola, and you'll be like, yo, we don't look like that.
That's very deep.
We don't look like that, yo. We don't even talk like that.
They misrepresent Africans.
Yes.
And then misrepresent how we even speak.
Yes.
Someone is speaking like a Kenyan or South African, and they're saying, and they give them a Nigerian character name. And this happens all the time.
Yes.
So it's a good thing that you even mentioned definition of beauty.
Yeah, who's defining it?
Who is defining it? But this question is funny because we get why they are doing what they're doing, because they're saying it through their own lens. What is our excuse?
Yes.
But then, Linda, I would like to know,
I really want to know.
what's your own take on, what's your own take on who is defining the beauty? Where do you think these beauty standards are even coming from? Have you ever wondered what's your take on that? What are your thoughts?
Where do I think it's coming from?
Yes.
Well, it's a society thing, It's coming from the world that we're in. Now we're in this digital world,
TV.
And when you check TV, you would see what beauty is, and it would directly, indirectly, in every form, put it in your face that this is the beauty. And if you're not fitting into that, then I guess you're not considerate, right? True. So who, it's the media.
Yeah.
It's the media that's putting the standards out there of what beauty is.
Yeah.
It is.
But I mean, for you, as as someone who's lived outside of Nigeria and now lives in Nigeria and also works in entertainment, when would you say you got to the point where you came into your own in a way that no one could tell you different? Because I think that for all of us, we all have that point in our lives. Well, I hope that everybody gets to that point in their lives where, they're just like, you know what, you can tell me nothing.
Yeah.
I look like I look, and I love how I look, and I'm going to be okay with it, because none of us ever are going to be okay with how we completely look.
Yeah. Okay.
Especially considering the color of your skin.
Yes. It might shock you that I came to realization of that just recently. So it took me years.
Yeah. That's not shocking. That's just honest.
Because when people would see me, they would think I'm extremely confident in my skin, right? And in my color. So that's just to let you know that I'm still battling, getting comfortable. It's a process. It's a journey that takes a while. It's just another word of self-love, right? To love the skin color that you're in. It's a journey. And I came to realization of that when I now realized and said, hey, this is a power that I have, and I'm not using it to my advantage, right? Your physical appearance is your definition in the first place. That's how someone would define you before you now explain that you're more by your personalities, and they see beyond your physical skin color. So I just knew that I would firstly be defined by this, whether I like it or not. And that's not my fault. So if you define me wrongly in that aspect, that's not my fault. That's not my issue. It's left for me now to make you see a different kind of definition through my personality.
That's a lovely answer.
Yeah, it is.
Yes,
it's
really,
great.
It really
it's really great.
And I also remember an interview
that
you had with TVC a while back. where you discussed about the time you almost bleached.
Yeah.
Please just give us the tea.
Right. So, this was a while back, and it was actually in Canada. So that's to show you the extreme.
Wow.
Yeah. When you're surrounded by different colors and you're also surrounded by communities of people who have bleached, right? That's even a close impact for you to feel that way. And I had attempted, and I'm like, this will not be for me. It's not going to work. Moving on. So coming to Nigeria did give me that extreme confidence, because I started seeing a lot more of my lookalikes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, which is great. But then, unfortunately, not a lot of people have had the opportunity to travel outside of Nigeria and witness this extreme. But they still live in Nigeria, and they have to face the fact that they are not considered desirable enough because of the color of their skin. I mean, people bleach babies now.
Yes.
You know we're down bad when children are involved.
Yes.
Like, people literally, like, mix kojic acid and baby oil ahead. And my mind was just blown. Like, who does that? And as insane as it sounds, I think people who do such things just probably want to increase their children's chances at beauty, privilege, and desirability. Because we've been socialized to think, Onyibo fine girl. Onyibo fine girl. Right. So a part of me feels like a lot of this, of course, comes from, how we were colonized and how we somehow see white people as superior. For what reason, I don't know. They don't take their bath, guys. They don't shower.
So that's why, for me, based on, like I said, I had this realization recently and started accepting it to the core. That's why I came up with an initiative under my foundation, the Lao Foundation, called the BU Initiative. It's a very simple initiative. The way it sounds is the way it is. You. Bum. That's it. So the BU initiative is literally just to inspire African girls and women to, number one, be confident in their own skin, and number two, to consistently keep achieving their dreams despite how they are or however they feel they look, right? So, and that's just through my own journey by telling them my journey, telling them how it happened and my process and my journey, and of course, the limitations and the disadvantage I had and how I got into Nollywood as a whole, right? And of course, not even letting my physical appearance ever deceive me at one time. And when you just stay true to yourself and you're focusing on you, I believe that the world would eventually catch up to you because you're being you.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's really amazing.
Thank you.
I personally am looking forward to hearing more or seeing more of, your work, because this is good work. This is really important work.
Exactly.
A lot of young girls could really use, this kind of channel.
Yes.
Just and even the
someone
name, love,
reminding them,
yes.
someone that they look up to, someone who they admire, someone who they see on their TV, reminding them that it's okay. Yeah. You look okay. There's nothing wrong with you.
Absolutely.
You look
if
okay.
I did it, you can.
I think it's great. We're rooting for you, Linda. And we're just looking forward to, seeing all the amazing things that you do. So, I think that we pretty much...
I have a last question.
Yes,
you do?
Yeah.
Okay. Go on.
So, just a quick one. Your first, Nollywood movie, I think it was in Asaba.
Yes, so
yes, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yes. So basically, I want to know, did this colorism thing, because it actually is, did this affect? Was it in play when you got your first job?
Well, my first job was like 3 scenes. Half waka pass, half roll, because I acted with the king. So for just 3 scenes until I disappeared. Would I say it affected my role at that stage? Like I said, that wasn't my, it was my first, right? So I wasn't able to visualize that as an issue. I was just...
You were just grateful that...
I was just going for an opportunity.
And here it is.
And I believe that even with that 3 roles that I got, it had opened more doors for me. Yeah. So I wouldn't say I had faced that. That wasn't ever an issue. And I believe that it's what you put as an issue that's your limitation, right?
Yes.
If I always looked at that as a limit, as something that would limit me in everything I do, I wouldn't be confident in it. Like I said, it's how you see me. I'm not seeing myself in that way.
Yeah.
I'm coming with my talent. I'm coming with what I'm offering. And I hope that's what you are receiving.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's amazing, actually.
Thank you.
I mean, this has been fun. It's been great. I like that we're able to just, talk about the issues that affect us as a people, as women generally, especially when it comes to like the color of our skin. But most importantly, please, if you want to pay someone a compliment, just do it. Just tell them they're beautiful. There's no need for black beauty, please.
Thank you.
The year is 2021. We're tired. Just say you're fine and pass, please.
Fine.
And if it's not enough, go.
And don't say you are fine for a black,
girl.
That's
What does that mean?
irritating.
It makes no sense. Don't do that.
Please
And please
do.
stop going into Linda's DM and telling her that you usually don't go for black girls. But what is she supposed to do with
But
that?
I reply with one emoji, and I reply with the fire emoji.
I know,
They don't know
right?
that means fire.
Because what is she supposed to do with that information? She doesn't need it, guys.
Yeah.
So thank you everyone for listening. Thank you, Linda, for coming on the show. This has
Thank
been
you.
amazing.
I
had fun.
And oh my
Thank
God,
you.
guys, like I said before, she's gorgeous, man. Like, I just
The
keep looking at
pictures
that
don't
smile
do her
and I'm
justice.
like,
Are you
yo,
serious?
Yeah.
is she even a real person?
I'm real, oh, very real.
So yeah, this has been great. Chiamaka is here, our Oyibo of the day.
Our beautiful
Our
girl. You see,
light-skinned
beautiful
girl.
of the day.
Period. And that's period. Anyway, thank you so much for listening, guys. This has been great. So don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to follow us on, social media, on the Aura Magazine page, and just like, comment, and
also please listen on our audio platforms. Very important.
Very,
Don't let the
help
video.
us.
Yeah,
Help us,
exactly.
please.
It's a podcast, so please go and listen.
not us begging for listens. There's no shame in this game.
Nigerians,
Please just listen.
Listen.
Yeah. So thank you so much. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.